Welcome to Cheap Talk, the podcast where we unravel life's little mysteries. And today, we're diving deep into something truly fascinating, the power of aesthetics, or as we like to call it, having good taste and what it can do for your life. It's more than just making things look pretty.
Oh, absolutely. It's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. You know how sometimes you meet someone and they just seem to have this knack for living life to the fullest? Their apartment isn't just stylish, it's them. Their experiences aren't just Instagrammable, they're genuinely meaningful. I think that has a lot to do with their aesthetic sense.
Totally. The article mentions this woman, Little Bear, as an example. Her place isn't decorated with generic store-bought items. It's full of upcycled furniture and personal mementos, movie posters, ticket stubs, things with, history. It's the opposite of what you see on social media, that kind of templated, perfect home. It's uniquely hers. It's her aesthetic.
Right? It's about infusing your space with you. And it goes beyond physical objects, doesn't it? Little Bear finds beauty in everyday moments. A pretty leaf becomes a bookmark, a cloudy sky becomes a canvas. That active engagement with her surroundings, that's what's really special.
It's about finding the extraordinary in the ordinary, isn't it? I think we often fall into the trap of thinking aesthetics are superficial, but it's actually a deeply personal way of interacting with the world.
Exactly. And the article breaks down some common misconceptions about aesthetics, like beauty isn't just about what's conventionally pretty. It's about a subjective, positive experience, connecting with something on a deeper level. Remember that Berline guy, the aesthetics psychologist? He talked about the informational theory of beauty. Beauty is about appreciating the inherent information within something. It's like when you're struck by a beautiful sunset, you can't always explain why it's so moving, right? You just feel it.
Right, and it's not about blindly following trends either. The article uses the musician Chow Dao as an example. He left a successful band to build these incredibly unique houses in Yunnan using mostly found and recycled materials. It's amazing, right? It shows that aesthetics aren't about expensive stuff. They're about a way of seeing and creating. It's about that emotional and sensory pleasure, isn't it?
Totally. And another misconception is that aesthetic sense is innate, that you're either born with it or you're not. But actually, it's a skill you can develop. The more we expose ourselves to beauty, the better we become at recognizing and appreciating it. Like watching a Wes Anderson film, for example, that could be a masterclass in aesthetics, right? I mean, the colors, the symmetry.
Yeah. So the article argues that aesthetically inclined people share a few key traits. First, they're intensely curious. They approach the world with a childlike sense of wonder, constantly seeking new experiences. They're high in openness, one of the big five personality traits, and that's linked to greater aesthetic sensitivity, and they reacted more strongly to art and nature.
And of course, they have a heightened sense of awareness of their surroundings, of their own internal state. They savor the small things, the rainbow in the spray of a street cleaner, the shadows cast by leaves rustling in the wind. They are present in their lives in a way many of us aren't. And that presentness is what allows them to experience so much joy.
Yeah, they appreciate the now. And the last trait, they refuse to settle. They don't just make do with a temporary living situation or a subpar meal. They invest time and effort in creating a life they love, even in the smallest details. And that, I think, is incredibly empowering.
It is this whole idea of taking control of your narrative. The article quotes mom saying, if a man can observe falling leaves, flowers, and appreciate everything, then life has nothing on him. It's about finding beauty as a form of resilience, a way to weather life's storms. Like the character in that movie, In Joy's Room, she transformed her physical space, and in doing so, transformed her mental state. Beautiful, right?
So, we were talking about how developing an aesthetic sense is like flexing a muscle, right? It's not something you're necessarily born with, but something you cultivate.
Exactly. And it's not about, becoming an art critic overnight. It's about being more attuned to the beauty around us. It's about noticing the way the light falls on a building, the texture of a worn leather jacket. It's about finding beauty in the mundane.
Yeah, yeah. Like, have you ever noticed how some people can just transform a simple meal into something special just by, the way they arrange the food on the plate, the lighting, the music?
Oh, absolutely. It's the whole experience. They understand that aesthetics aren't just visual, they're sensory, they're emotional. It's about engaging all your senses: smell, taste, touch. It's about the way something feels as much as the way it looks. It's mindful consumption, right?
Totally mindful. And it's not about like spending a ton of money either. It's not about having the right brand of tableware or whatever. It's about intentionality. It's about making conscious choices to create beauty in your life. Hmm.
Right? It's like that saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's not some objective standard, it's personal. It's about what you find beautiful, what resonates with you on a deeper level. And that's what makes it so powerful, isn't it? It's this deeply personal connection with the world.
So it's like, we're talking about how these aesthetically inclined people, they get it, right? They see the beauty in everything.
Yeah, yeah. And this research, it backs it up. This study from Frontiers in Psychology, it talks about how openness, that personality trait, predicts how sensitive you are to novelty, like how much you appreciate new and interesting experiences, how much pleasure you derive from them. It's fascinating,
Oh,
right?
totally. It's like they're wired for it almost. And this other paper by Leader and his colleagues, it dives into aesthetic appreciation and judgments, like the whole process of how we experience beauty. It's not just, oh, that's pretty. It's way more complex. Hmm.
Right? It's like a whole cognitive and emotional process. And then there's this study on savoring by Jose and Lim and Bryant, I think, that looked at how savoring, like really appreciating and soaking in positive experiences, can actually boost happiness. Makes sense, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. It's about being present, isn't it? It's like the opposite of that paradox of choice thing. Remember that book? Bassett's work? Too many options can actually make us less happy. These aesthetic folks, they seem to get that. They focus on what they have, what they love, and like they appreciate it fully. It's like they're immune to FOMO, right? Fear of missing out.
Totally. And speaking of focus, wasn't there another study, Panels and Claston? Something about the psychology of choice? I can't quite recall the specifics, but it kind of ties into this whole idea of, appreciating what's in front of you, being intentional with your choices. It's not about having more, it's about choosing well, right?
So, picking up on this whole idea of intentionality, right? It really connects to this idea of savoring. Like that Jose, Lim, and Bryant study we mentioned, this whole thing about actively appreciating positive experiences, it's huge.
Yeah, it's not just about like having the experience, it's about like absorbing it, right? Squeezing every last drop of joy out of it. And that takes effort. It's a conscious choice.
Exactly. It's like, think about that article's example with Little Bear, transforming a pretty leaf into a bookmark. She's not just, marking her page, she's creating a little moment of beauty, a little reminder of like the natural world right in the middle of her everyday life.
Totally. And that ties into what mom said, right? About appreciating the falling leaves, the flowers. If you can find beauty in those simple things, then life can't really touch you. It's a source of strength, right? It's
It's
resilience.
like armor almost. And it's accessible to everyone, right? You don't have to be rich or have like perfect taste to appreciate a falling leaf. It's about shifting your perspective, yeah? Hmm.
Oh, absolutely. And that shift in perspective, that's what this whole aesthetic thing is about, isn't it? It's about training yourself to see the world differently, to notice the beauty that's already there, just waiting to be discovered.
It's like those magic eye pictures, you know? You have to kind of relax your gaze, look through the image to see the 3D picture. Developing an aesthetic sense is kind of like that. You have to like retrain your brain to see the beauty hiding in plain sight.
Right. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. Like, remember that Chow Shao Dao example? Building those amazing houses out of recycled materials? That's someone who's truly mastered that skill, right? He's seeing potential where others see trash. It's inspiring, right?
Totally inspiring. And it goes back to that idea of not settling, right? He could have just, bought a regular house, but he chose to create something unique, something beautiful, something that reflected his own personal vision. And that takes guts, right? It takes a willingness to go against the grain. Hmm.
Absolutely. And that's what's so empowering about this whole idea of cultivating an aesthetic sense. It's not just about making your life look pretty, it's about taking control of your narrative, shaping your world to reflect who you truly are. It's about like living a life that's beautiful inside and out.
So, to wrap things up, I think what we've really learned here is that having good taste, this whole aesthetic thing, isn't just about like surface level appearances. It's a way of being in the world. It's about curiosity, awareness, intentionality. It's about finding beauty in the everyday and using that beauty to fuel your life. It's pretty powerful stuff, right?
It really is, and it's something we can all cultivate, which is so exciting. Thanks for tuning in to Cheap Talk, everyone. We hope you enjoyed our deep dive into the power of aesthetics. And until next time, keep seeking out the beautiful wherever you may find it.